The worst teacher I've ever had is a pretty contested title in my book. -1 degree. I've had teachers who hit me and got fired afterwards, and that's not even the person I'm talking about today. For legal reasons, I'm not going to mention the real name. Just kidding. It was Miss. Anyway, it was this mandatory civics class we had to take back in around grade 10, and we're in the library in the computer section, and I'm with my boy Justin, and we had just got finished doing this biology test. So I'm texting somebody else in the class, somebody I don't talk to anymore, and we sort of treat them like Voldemort. So she who shall not be named. So I'm texting Voldemort, and the teacher gave us this shared Google Doc, and because it's a library, we have to be quiet. Texting her in the shared Google Doc in the comment section. It's like, oh my god, what'd you do for the last question? Oh, dude, like, that test rails me, like, oof. And at one point, I said, I want to kick your mess, okay? And what I forgot at the time is because it's a shared Google Doc, anybody can see it. So Miss Jarvis ends up seeing it. Oof. And she gets to action quickly. But instead of going up to me after she saw my name in the Google Doc, she goes up to my boy Justin. And it's worth noting that we're the only 2 Asian kids in the classroom. So she saw my name, got mixed up with Justin, and stormed up next to him. Now, Justin is like one of my best friends, super wholesome. He is confused out of his mind. There's question marks. You can see them appearing on her head, and she is really pressing him. She is, why would you write that in the Google Doc? Like, blah, blah, blah. You're not supposed to say. And then from the other end of the row of computers, I'm crying, laughing. There are literal tears in my eyes. And Ms. Jarvis, she sees me laughing, and she realizes her mistake. So she leaves Justin, and she storms up next to me, and at this point she is red in the face. But she takes me aside, pulls out the phone in the library, dials the office, sends me down, and this is the reason why I say she was probably the worst teacher I ever had, even though I've had plenty of bad teachers, is because when you want to say that you want to do some bad things to yourself in a school setting, the sort of staff are trying to take it very seriously, but it obviously, like, she sort of took that and used that against me. So what I ended up having to do was these remedial counseling like sessions where they were literally taking out a class for like months. And talk to a counselor who I had to explain was like, I'm pretty much here on a joke. But she took what little power she had and sort of forced it over me. And yeah, after that, I think she just never liked me. And the final cherry on top was probably like a year or two later, I was trying out for ultimate frisbee because, I have a mean backhand. And guess who was one of the coaches on the team with the clipboard? She was literally looking down the clipboard, and when she saw me, she went, oh, it's you. So I knew I wasn't getting in, which, by the way, I cleared all the tests. I caught the frisbee. They make you do like runs. I did. Like I definitely like passed the sort of the test with like flying colors. Sort of passed the test with flying colors, but I don't know. A good teacher can really make your school experience. And I talked a while back about one of my favorite teachers, Mr. Hen, who stood up for me. But yeah, out of all my teachers, Miss was the worst.